Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. Welcome to Dazn. That is the topic of the hour. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. I've just been trying to download a couple videos and haven't been able to go through. I hope they fix it. But anyway, this is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And of course, I'm going to tell you guys about the new news. You know, pretty much a continuation of what I was talking about previous, about the Dazn app. For those who don't know, Canelo Alvarez has signed supposedly signed a multi-fight deal with Dazn. Okay, so, excuse me. So that's big for a lot of boxing fans because, Canelo has a whole country behind him. So in order for them guys to watch his fights, all they have to do is go on their phone and download an app to watch that. And then here's the deal. You get the first month free. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I mean, as of now, you get the first month free and you get to watch a Canelo Alvarez fight. Normally, you had to pay, $85, $65 for it, right? Now, you can just download the app. And it's a trip because, a lot of people were looking for this to fail. A lot of people were looking for it to fail. Everybody that supported Al Heyman, everyone, on that side of the street, you know what I mean? And it was a trip because, they were saying the same people that were the Deontay Wilder fans and everybody that, that just worshipped Al Heyman and stuff like that, they wanted it to fail. They said there's no way a guy by the name of Eddie Hearns, a British promoter, is going to promote a boxing app over on this side of the pond. That's what was said. That's exactly what was said. The same people that love Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence and all these guys that didn't make that move, seen this new platform and was like, you know what? Bullshit. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So since they didn't like that, that meant their followers didn't like that. That meant their fans didn't like that. So everyone just followed each other. You know what I mean? And the one thing about it, I still can't understand why they hate it so much. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where the hatred comes from because it's only more boxing. It looks like, especially the boxing channels, the LDBC and other networks and other channels, they would like the idea of the Dazn because you get chance to cover more fights, because you have another opportunity. You have, and I know Eddie Hearn is helping his fellow Brits out because then they give them an opportunity to fight a lot of the Americans. You know what I mean? Think of a Billy Joe Saunders and, Boo Boo Andrade. That was a fight that was on Dazn. Unfortunately, because of not Boo Boo's, but Billy Joe Saunders' infidelities, issues, that fight hasn't happened. But I like what Andrade has done because he needed a break. He went from 154 to 160. And then it was like, okay, he wouldn't get in a fight. I know he turned down the Charlo fight. I know he had an opportunity to fight one of the Charlos. I think it was Jamal Charlo. And he turned down the money, and then he'd been calling out people ever since. So he really never got an opportunity to fight. He's never been beaten, so he joined the Dazn. Jesse Vargas joined the Dazn. Anthony Joshua was already signed on the Dazn. He was the highest paid heavyweight. So he was big in Great Britain. So, you know what I mean? Who did Canelo knock out? Amir Khan. Amir Khan, is with Fast Eddie, right? So you have all these guys. Now Canelo. Now you have all these guys that are coming to the Dazn because they know what's happening. They see how everything is swaying. That's what it's about. It's about change. You can't get mad at the end of the day. Eventually things are going to change, and it might not be what you expect or might not be what you like, because I didn't like the ESPN Plus app at first, only because it was only on ESPN Plus. You know what I mean? They should have had an option for you to watch it on television too. You know what I mean? And the ESPN Plus, you're still getting your $5. You know what I mean? Because to get that app, they would have to make it some type of way if you had some kind of video console like a PlayStation 4. Because I know DAZN is like that. You can watch it. You can download the DAZN app through the PlayStation 4 console and then watch it from your television. You know, and unless you want to go to Best Buy and get one of those mirroring devices that you can mirror your phone to that. You know, but that doesn't really help anyone when they're out in a rural area. You know what I mean? So you would still want some type of cable or satellite support to watch your shows. But they did it right this time with Terence Crawford, because not only you could watch it on ESPN Plus, you could also watch it on regular ESPN. You know, and I think the Jeff Horn fight and the Terence Crawford fight, you know, that pissed me off because that was only on the ESPN Plus app. You know what I mean? Whereas Loma was on both. So I guess people bitched to Bob Arum enough, and he was like, okay, fine, I'm going to put him on, on multiple platforms, television and streaming. You know what I mean? And the DAZN is no exception. You have a lot of stuff on there. It's just what trips me out is now what the haters had. Now they've already started. Before the YouTube started messing up, I've seen videos about, oh, hold on, we don't know yet. No, you really don't hope it to be. That's what you're hoping it is not. He's not really signed with Eddie Hearn. They went directly to DAZN, but Eddie Hearn is the ambassador of DAZN. He is the one that presented DAZN to the American people. Okay, these are billionaires, and he came with a boxing aspect to DAZN. So yeah, Canelo, being a boxer, coming to the DAZN app is big, and it's from his own influence. Okay, so it's pretty sure. Let me tell you something about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez made a smart move because Canelo Alvarez has fought in his career. He's already fought the worst fights, or should I say the most challenging fights of his career. I don't see Canelo fighting anyone tougher than Golovkin, more difficult than Mayweather or Lara. You know what I mean? He's fought everyone for the exception, all the heavy hitters, for the exception of Manny Pacquiao. If you would have fought Manny Pacquiao, he has fought all of the top guys, if you think about it. So he's just really, he's resting on the fruits of his labor. Hey, you want to go back? Let's go back. He fought Mosley. He fought Mayweather. He fought Lara. He fought Cotto. He fought Golovkin twice. You know what I'm saying? He fought the top guys. Those were the top guys. Everybody except Pacquiao. So Canelo is not going to fight any tough opponent. You know what I mean? He's not doing that. He just wants money. He secure his legacy. He doesn't have to worry about his legacy, according to his Mexican fan base. He doesn't have to worry about that because in his mind, and a lot of Mexicans' mind, he beat Gennady Golovkin. He had a draw with him the first fight, and he dug deep the second fight to win a tough fight. That would be the story of the fight, says Max Kellerman, right? So he doesn't have to worry about that any longer. All he has to worry about is securing his money, his dinero. That's all he has to worry about securing. And what better way to secure it from an app that pays you a lot of money up front? I can't wait to the details because it's going to be a massive amount of money. You know what I mean? And people say, oh man, they can't afford Canelo. And I know they were thinking that. They were hoping that they couldn't afford Canelo. But yeah, of course they can. Think about this. Let me give you guys a fine example of how things move and how things evolve. Netflix. Netflix is $1 billion company. And they can get any Will Smith, Robert De Niro, Will Ferrell, Dave Chappelle. They can buy anybody and own rights to it as a network exclusive. How many network exclusive shows do you have? That's an app. That's an app you can download on a console, download on your phone, a tablet, your TV. It's interchangeable, so it really doesn't matter. All you need is a monitor. You could have a smart TV that has Netflix included. Boom. hit your prescription, watch everything you want to watch on there whenever you want to watch it on there. That's how it works in the future. You know what I mean? That stops all the BS. That stops all the theft. Because a lot of people stealing. You know, and they wanted some way to control that. And it's understandable. You know, look. Netflix pretty much paved the way for applications for buying certain entertainment. You know, Netflix was that particular platform. Dazn will be like that. You know, probably not as big as fast, but if you can see how sports is acting now and how people are jumping on the bandwagon, who would ever thought that you would have Canelo and Anthony Joshua fighting on the same platform? Who would ever thought that? You know what I mean? This is huge. And in a lot of people that prayed for his downfall, a lot of times you can hate so much, but at the same time, you're giving something by all that hating, by all that promoting. You're promoting. You're talking shit about this app to your fans. Oh, the Dazn app, it ain't going to work in America. You know what I mean? It ain't going to, you're going to run into problems like this. You're going to run into problems like that. It ain't going to work. It's going to fail. There's no way. But at the same time, you're promoting the thing that you don't want to promote. The thing that you're demoting, you're promoting. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. So this particular movement from Canelo is the biggest star. You know what I mean? You know, Mayweather comes and goes. Canelo is consistent. You know, so as far as Mayweather, Canelo is the cash cow. Right up under him is AJ. You know what I mean? And that's really neck and neck. But it don't even really matter now. These guys are on the same platform. So you can see the top highest paid heavyweight fight. You can see Joshua Povetkin right now. Now you can see all of the current Canelo fights. Why not? That's more exposure. It gives you more opportunity. You think about Terence Crawford, 2.7 million views. That's big. Now, you think that was from television alone? No, it had a lot to do with the Plus app. I watched the fight on the Plus app. I wasn't at home. So that should tell you something. That adds more to it. That's the same platform. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening. And you can't really stop it. You know, and it is not the thing about picking sides. It's not even about that. It's about of accepting things to happen, make happen. Let it happen. Don't try to force stuff or resist things that is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like if Al Heyman, which I'm pretty sure Al Heyman will come up with a way with his big Showtime and Fox deal to come up with an app. Okay, when that happens, promote that. Because that's more boxing. That's on that side of the street, right? So that's what's going to be, you know, you want to support more boxing. So people say that boxing's dead. No, boxing is alive. Boxing just evolved. It's not what it used to be because, you know, how many times did people get pissed off for paying $100 to see Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? And they thought they got ripped off at the end because it wasn't the fight they expected to see. Because of the two big names and all the money they spent. You know what I mean? So people got tired of that, you know? So now it's simplified in an app. The Dazn app, you know? I know Dazn will welcome Canelo Alvarez with open arms. I know Jose Sulaiman did. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, what do? You know? Accept the other king. You know, you got the heavyweight king, now you got the middleweight king. And, you know, money talks. So as long as people are saying that, hey, you know what? I don't like the Dazn app. It's going to be so many more subscribers now. You know what I mean? You know how many subscribers are going to subscribe to Dazn just to see Canelo Alvarez fight now? Especially after the Golovkin fight. And I can understand how Canelo feels because it's like, that fight, honestly, was that's one of the fight of the year candidates right there. You know, Canelo Golovkin 2 was like probably the fight of the year. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of fights that were pretty good. The Lara Hurd fight was pretty good. But I would think and I would nominate Canelo Golovkin 2, the fight of the year of this year. And for the blood, sweat, and tears these guys put into the ring, the numbers did less than it did last year. That's unfair to the people that were in there. You know what I mean? So for all these suckers using Fire Stick and doing this and doing that and streaming instead of supporting your fighter that you say you love and respect, you stream it. Well, this is a solution for it. This is a solution because you won't have that type of sacrifice done. Because they should feel cheated. Honestly, if you think about it, these guys should feel cheated. You know, they fought their hearts out. You know, got busted up. Damn near went toe to toe. A lot of exchanges were met. You know what I mean? And were made. And they did less than they did last year because people want to stream. It's really dishonest. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just feel that way coming from the field that I'm in, you know, because a lot of people would profit if they just did the right thing. But this is a way, you know, people will find out a way to get paid. So Canelo took in advance, like, look, I'm not going to do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my money up front because I did what I did for legacy standards. Now I have to do what I have to do for profit standards, securing my money. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this Canelo Alvarez decision. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.